Hello and welcome to another
Upgrade aktiviert.
Command & Conquer General 0 Hour Rise of the Reds video. This time I'll show you the units of the USA and the buildings, of course. Let's start with the command center. That's basically the command center of USA, and it can produce dozers and recon drones. Instead of ability in Rise of the Reds, they are a unit and they can fly around and do have good visibility. They cannot detect stealth units, but they have a great radius, and so you can use them for scouting. Just put it there and then it flies around all the time and you can see everything. Then there's the barracks, of course. You can produce infantry. All infantry units the USA do have, and if you choose the covered forces, then you get a Pathfinder and a Seal, but I chose Armored Company, so I got the Paladin and the Bradley. I'll come to them later. The Rangers are like normal, and they haven't changed much, I think. They can still shoot their rifle and shoot flashbangs, which is effective against infantry and garrisons. The I think rocket missile defenders, yeah, they changed a little bit. They can now change to laser lock mode, and when one is in laser lock mode, then the others shoot faster if the one in laser lock mode attacks an enemy. I do not have enemies right now, so I can't show it to you, but basically all units in this radius then shoot faster at the enemy. And there's the Colonel Burton. He changed also a little. He does now have, instead of a knife ability, he can switch to the knife, and then he can kill infantry units faster with the knife. For example, like this. And he does also have the option to switch to a grenade launcher, which deals more damage against structures and light vehicles, as you can see here. These abilities haven't changed, the time charge and remote charge. Then let's go on with the War Factory. This time I got it right. It produces all ground vehicles of the USA, and this is the Humvee, as you probably know. It does have a machine gun on top. It can load units, but they cannot shoot out of it like in the normal Command & Conquer. And you can upgrade it with a tow missile launcher, and then it shoots rockets instead of the machine gun. There are also two type of drones instead of three, like in the normal 0 hour. That's a battle drone. It stayed the same. It repairs the vehicle and is armed with a machine gun. And the targeteer drone, it's pretty good because it increases the fire rate of the unit and does not cost that much. It also increases the sight rate, but there's no drone that detects stealth enemies. It's pretty good, I think, because then stealth units are better against the US, because you cannot detect them just with every unit you have. The ambulance, it got changed. It can still clean toxins, but it can also deploy into I don't know, ambulance station, whatever, and then it heals units that get damaged. As you see, it's pretty good heal, yes, and good for infantry pushes. But I think earlier it could also load in units and cannot do that anymore. And there's the sentry drone. It got changed also a little. It does have the gun from the beginning. It doesn't cost that much. It detects stealth units. Yes, and it can drive around. Then the Wesp-Hive, that's a totally new unit. It does have 3 drones that it can send to attack somewhere. Now it doesn't really work because there's no enemy, so they don't shoot, but yeah, it looks like this when they attack, and then they fly around the target and shoot at it. They do have rockets and machine guns, so they are not only the battle drones but also some kind of hellfire drones. Then there's the the Avenger. It's basically the same. It's now the light anti-air. It does not deal that much damage against planes, but it's good against helicopters. I think it can not negate. Okay, it can still intercept missiles with defensive lasers, like the Paladin does, and the Bradley here also does. Yes. Let's maybe move on to the Tomahawk launcher. You also know this unit from the normal Command & Conquer. It can shoot cruise missiles, but there's a special thing about it now. It can change from the normal attack to the cruise mode, and then it gets a far longer range. I've switched this one here, and then it shoots the missiles very fast. Not very fast, very far, but not as fast as before, as you see. It's very slow, it can be shot down, but the range is super high. I think it's the highest of all in artillery units in the game. That's the microwave tank. It can, like it could earlier, like the ECM could, it can lock down vehicles and buildings, and also kill infantry around it, as you see in the little moving ground. Yes. No, it cannot move that anymore. Then let's come to the Chaparral. Basically the heavy anti-air of the USA. It can shoot missiles very far. Maybe not that far. Yeah, but it does not have it can shoot while moving, and that's one of the only heavy anti-air that can shoot while moving. And then let's go on with the Bradley. It does have it can load infantry in. For units you need this upgrade here, the armored company, to get it, and it can shoot its main cannon, which is good against infantry and light vehicles, but against tank you should use a tow missile. And then it shoots 2 of them. Paladin stayed basically the same, nothing new about that one, but the Crusader tank, where are they? There they are. They can now switch to hover propulsion. That's super awesome. I take a second and then they, I don't know, they start to fly, and then they are super fast. So the USA is very centered about fast moving units, like the Humvee or the Crusader, and a lot of helicopters and air units. And so if you use this hover mode, you are it's harder for the enemy to hit you with general powers, and it makes them to a very cool unit, I think, because it's the fastest tank in the game then. But by the way, if you switch to hover propulsion, they can't shoot anymore, but they can also travel over seas or water, like that one, that lake. Then there's the Blackhawk. You can recruit them at the airfield. They cost 2,200, come with 8 rangers, and they can make a combat drop with those rangers on buildings, like the old Chino could. And they also do have a minigun to destroy light vehicles and infantry. Then there's the Viper. That's a new unit, like the Blackhawk, and it's good against helicopters, because it does have anti-air missiles. It does only have a machine gun against ground targets, but it can use its ability to fire a lot of rockets. Then there's the real battle helicopter, the Comanche, and it can shoot a lot of missiles, and they also deal splash damage if they hit one tank.
Einheit verloren.
So you can use them to destroy masses of tanks in a fast attack, and then retreat when their missiles are gone. And there are 2 units that you already know. They haven't changed much, I think. It's the Raptor. It can destroy air and ground targets, and the, I think it's called Nighthawk fighter bomber. It can throw bunker buster bombs at the enemy. And it's stealthed, of course. It does only get revealed when it throws the bomb, and then it cloaks again shortly after that.
Einheit verloren.
And that makes it pretty strong, because you need to have detection to fight these, or just destroy the airfield. And I think that were all of them, yes. But the strategy center got also changed a lot. The strategies are now way stronger, because, for example, bombardment also gives 50% fire rate to all artillery units, which is pretty cool. And there's a detention camp as another tech building before you get the strategy center. And there are basically a lot of upgrades. For example, the Viper does only get the missiles if you research them. And Raptors do start with two rockets, and you need that upgrade to make them stronger. Then there's the base defense, basically stayed the same. This looks a little bit different than the Patriot missile system, but it still works the same, and the fire base does also work the same it did before. The particle can also maybe change a little, but it still is pretty much the same.
Einheit verloren.
And that were all units of the USA. Have a great day, and comment on the video if you like, or went out.